Well, after a couple decades and playing with hundreds of cars, a guy finally bought himself my first Jeep. And I bought it sight unseen. It's this not so beautiful 1988 Jeep Wrangler. I know absolutely nothing about Jeeps, I'll be honest. And the only thing I know about this one is it doesn't run, it doesn't drive, and it's been off the road for years, and it's been flat-toed. I don't know. Let's dig through this thing, see if we can get it running, driving, and back on the road, because I actually need this Jeep. Seems fine. Yeah, so the fake book marketplace struck again. I've been looking for quite a while though, honestly, and this has some specific things that I needed precisely, which I'll get to in a minute. And I ended up buying this from a feller way out in North Carolina and then convinced my friend to flat tow it back to me. And here it is. I guess this is it. So some of you might be wondering, 3 of you to be exact, what made you finally go ahead and get a Jeep? Well, this isn't the Jeep that I would want. I would really want a Buick-powered Wagoneer if I wanted a toy, but the functionality of this and what I need it for, this is the package essentially, because you see, as most of you know, I'm on the road 360 days a year, call it, probably more accurately 358.2. And I go to a ton of events, and most of the time that we're able to, I take the family. So we've got an old RV that we travel in, so the kids have a space to do their schooling and homework and stay on top of all of that, as well as a place to stay cool and, you know, eat food, nourishment things. Well, we always have to get a rental when we go to these places all over the country, and those are not getting cheaper, especially ones that you can jam 5 humans into. This is not a good example. Don't worry about that right now. And it's easy to spend $300, $400, $500, $600 on rentals at every single event that we go to. So a guy sharpened up a pencil with the razor blade, and let me tell you, this was a no-brainer. So I sold the ramp truck. Yeah, it's gone. I already missed that. Took those funds and scooped this thing up. Now, I originally thought, let's get a early 2000s Jeep, fuel injected, air conditioning, things will work, it'll be nice. And then I saw the price tag, come on. Apparently that's Jeep thing number 42. So let's look at 90s Jeeps. Nope. Why are you guys asking that kind of money? So I ended up with this non-running 88, and you've probably already caught on. I needed the flat tow system and a manual transmission so I could bop this on back of the RV and tootle it around. And obviously the size and weight of this is extremely ideal. They're very, very popular for RVers. So that is why I'm gonna convince my family to pile into this thing and not get rentals any further. It is a lot rougher than the 2 photos taken from a flip phone. So I don't know, let's dig in. If all goes well, tomorrow, late afternoon, I have to have this hooked up because I'm dragging it to Florida. There's rust around the window. Silicone for sure. Little heads up on the noise. We're under a tornado warning. We got rain and hail and up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. So, you know, there's things happening with the building. Scott's gonna be here in 5 days to pick up the Ford, and that thing goes away. Anywho, let's start a walk around. Right up front here is the business. This is a Blue Ox flat tow system. These kits are upwards of like $1,700, $1,800. So when I bought the rig, I took that into consideration and the fact that it already has the plates and the pins and everything already installed. And it's got a wiring harness already installed with the tow lights. So again, my hope was maybe this thing will fire right off and boom, we're out of here. You know what I mean? So this is really nice, and if you've never seen one of these, it's super simple. It just comes down like this, hook it to your rig. These are levers, so if you get close, but you need to, line her up, and then once you take off, boom, it locks into position, and you're towing. That's simple. Oh, that one was close. So the paint is terrible. It might be hard to see because it's so dirty, but there's 2 layers of clear coat here for some reason. Both of them are gone off the hood. The fenders are also burned. I think this rig was in Florida for a while and then ended up in North Carolina. So it's been sun-baked terribly bad. Let's go down this way. Looks like someone got in the zone. This is gonna have to go right away. Clearly it's a 4-wheel drive. The graphics, not sold on them. Blue, olive green, purple. Jeep thing number 12, apparently. These are kind of nice. Oh, they're completely falling off and not stable whatsoever, so we'll keep those. It does have BFGs, and the date code on these is from 2015, which I'm assuming is when this was just parked up. So call it 9 years, maybe, something like that. And then it's got Motor Sports Ultra wheels. I don't know, they looked apart, I guess. They're not terrible, but they're there. You know what I mean? Tires have a lot of tread left. And just still got the nubbies on them. They just, you can see how long it's sat. The white lettering basically is just running off on the rubber. No rust down here. I'm sure this cheesy fake diamond plate stuff is hiding some. We got some surface rust here that someone spray painted. Bubbling around the handles. Bubbling around here. I don't know what's typical with these. This is the first time that I'm physically touching one of these rigs. I think this is a YJ. They're not popular, but there's like an AJ, skipping that one, a CJ, a DJ, an FJ, a TJ, a YJ, a WJ. It's a J Jeep, okay? This stuff's coming off. I think the glass probably got to get reinstalled to fix that. I'm not sure. We got really sweet stickers. It doesn't have the typical honk if I'm upside down or whatever, unfortunately. We've got a spare. That's good. Oh, no, that's flat. It seems fine. And you want to take your little receiver hitch and then beef her up like that, so you can pull things you're not supposed to. We got a jack. That's a win. And then here's those magnetic lights. They're just stuck on there. That seems fine. What is this? Oh, that's where you put the gas in. That's kind of neat. Beep! I don't mind that. Look at the ground clearance with that jack hanging down. That doesn't really make sense. Might have to lose that. And same stuff over here. Same kind of deal. Bubbles, rusting. We got a magic marker in there. Fix that. Dainty little mirrors. I think those are the Ridge mirrors. Not really sure. Has all matching tires and wheels. That's a plus. But here's that paint. Pretty bad. We'll fix that eventually. This is probably the worst of it. Guy's gonna have to pop this glass out and get to this before it gets really, really ugly. That could be a serious problem. I'm assuming. I don't know if that's common or not. We got a light bar up here. That's got to go away immediately, and it's going right into that thing. And that's really it. It's not a lot of vehicle. Square headlights, I think that changed the next year in '89. I have no idea. Like I say, I don't know much of nothing about these rigs. It's got a push rod motor in it. So we got a shot. Speaking of motors, let's not go there next. Let's go inside. Yep. Wow. I don't know. It smells like a Ziploc bag full of alfalfa. It's not a lot going on. Just like, you know, old grass, basically. Look at the fancy driving wheel. Keys are a plus. It even says a wrangler on it. Blinker sticks there. I don't know. What are we looking at? There's not a lot in here. Mileage, 145,977. It's barely broken. We got temp, fuel, clock, fancy. Oil pressure, battery. It's got a JVC. Is this a removable face? Oh, it is. Sweet. Headlights. Oh yeah, cigarette lighter way down here between your legs. That's where you want that, you know. Jeep thing number 104. Okay. Crank windows. I'm sure that's standard, right? Because these doors are supposed to come off or something. I don't know. I see people with their legs hanging out all the time. What? It was a manual. Why? Okay. Well, this has the round ball and socket and top to the trans. This is going to be the BA10/5 transmission. I believe that's a Peugeot. Not a Jeep thing. You know what I mean? And it's probably behind an AMC motor, also not a Jeep thing. So that's sweet. This is going to be extremely difficult putting back. Why is that out? Transmission's probably bad. Okay. Shift knobs here at least. We've got a box with another set of the bumper mounts for a hitch. Okay. Oh, this is the title. I need this. Yeah, there's actually a title. I'll put it there so I can forget it. Owner's manual. We got the caps to the U-joint because my buddy pulled it with the shaft out, just being super extra cautious. And, well, there's the back. That was a quick look at that. I don't know how my three boys are going to fit back there, but it's worth the savings. Is there 3 seat belts? Can't be. Uh-oh. Don't tell Jessica. Okay, let's get into the back. See what we got back here. Wonder if this will take some wind. What in the devil? I think that's the biggest battery I have ever seen. Pretty close. I think that's to a semi or something. How do you open this one? Did I just bend something? Oh. Hey, the shocks work. Ha, nice. Okay, we've got the largest battery ever. An RV plug adapter. Ooh. Look at this. We got chrome. Turn your valve covers chrome. All sorts of stuff. Quart of oil. And a funnel. This is all good stuff. Funnel. Good funnel. It's a multi-purpose. It's great for additives. What else we got? Fire extinguisher from 1989. Oh, we might need this thing. That's to the shift boots. Does this go forward? Oh, you just push it. Jeep thing number 77. Auto fold seats. Safety. Okay, let me show you this battery. Look how big this thing is. It is massive. 1,425 cold cranking amps. And it looks brand new. It doesn't look like it's even ever been installed. And here's what's interesting. Tires are 2015. The plate is not here. This is 20. So was this put in after? I don't know. We're just trying to figure out when this was parked. I guess we could say the earliest would be 20. Then they was rolling around in some older tires or something. Yeah, and that's not fake. That is extremely heavy. I'm gonna get that out of there. I don't know what to do with this thing. So I found this thing at a couple different stores online. They vary, but they're up to $374 for this thing. And they weigh 180 pounds. That is a battery. We should start carrying this around for revivals and stuff like that. Well, now we got a clean look at the dirty. So that's pretty good, you know. There's a tire wrench thing. Oh, he must have had some boom booms back here. Yep. So he unplugs the boom booms to put his, you know, EV battery in or whatever back here. I think these must, yeah, so these are floor mats. I bet those go, I can't see. There's the jack, original jack. Boy, the leg room is just astonishing in here. Pretty good. You know, there's the view looking forward. I kind of do like the dash. It's just very, it's like a kindergartner designed it. Just simple elegance. This is where it's going to get interesting. This was advertised as having, quote, only 100 miles on a Jasper rebuilt engine. A 4-cylinder. Is there a latch even? There we go. That is not a 4-cylinder. That is the 4.2 liter straight 6. Is that what you do with it? Okay. That's pretty sweet. That is the straight 6 AMC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. It's got an STP oil filled tray. Oh man, we got a super stock coil. I don't, we got, is that a Weber? Looks like a Weber carb on it. A bunch of hoses missing. Wires wrapped around. Okay. AC pump still here. And a horn. I mean, what else do we need? Oh, I hope this runs. I really, really do. Quickly. I don't know what I'm looking at. Well, here's our brand new Jasper motor. Nope. He lost the receipts, of course. This thing, and if it was new, it sat at the bottom of the ocean before it got installed. And it's all just, you know, we got pool noodle jammed in there for some reason. That is a Weber. Ignition coil's been upgraded. It's got all sorts of weird wiring. That's probably for the light bar I need to put under my foot promptly. This must be where the jack goes somehow. Doesn't really say how you stow it, but that's kind of cool. Digital choke's hooked up, but there's hoses missing just on every possible thing that pulls vacuum. All that stuff is gone. What do you think of this Bentley?
It's gonna need some work, but I think it'll run.
You think it'll run?
Yeah.
Nice. Bentley came out. Are you gonna help clean?
Yeah, I'll help clean.
It looks like there's a bunch of puppy hair in there. Yeah. Okay, well, where do we start? I think we'll just kind of go down the typical row, column. I don't know. Spark fuel. See if this thing cranks. I'm gonna guess the world source battery from 1989 is not going to function. So I guess we'll probably start there. Ooh, it's got a hydraulic clutch. Hopefully that. It's got juice in it, so it's not leaking. Thankfully, I haven't hit any pedals in here, so I don't know what, if anything, is going to work. At least the brake stuff's right in your teeth. And at least the brake light switch is disconnected, so you know the brakes are bad. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. So we are gaining some things here, retrospectively, even though here is now and the future is then. Anyway, it's not a 4-cylinder, which is great because that also means it's not fuel injected. Obviously, it's got a fuel making happener on it. And I don't think those went to TBI until like 90 or 91 or something like that, even though this manifold has an oxygen sensor sticking out of it. I don't know. It's unplugged. All the digicals are unplugged. But as long as we have air, fuel, and spark, we can make this thing run. So I'm gonna start over here, get some tools rolled over, get this old battery out. Wonder if there's a date on it we can maybe find. And we'll toss in a new one. Every good project starts with the battery on boil, but I've never even seen this thing, and I'm positive it is not going to work. So Bentley's gonna start in the rear, picking up garbage and vacuuming. I don't know what these are right here. They're like OBD0 Juan Kenobi ports that don't really port anything. So I'm not worried about them, I guess. I gotta trace this blue wire. It's a negative. And then I gotta trace this other hot wire. It's got a fuse in line, so I don't know if that's for the radio or if it's for the unnecessary light bar or if we got more stuff floating around in here. I think you're on out of cord. Yep. There's a 74-mile orange extension cord hooked to the battery charger back there. What is even the point of this if... Okay, Jeep thing number 105. Not seeing anything. Came out of West Palm Beach, Florida. That's all I know. Be a good core unit. Well, for batteries, these Jeeps take a very specific battery. No, this is just the cheapest one that had a go handle that fits in the box here, basically. That fits. This is the cheapest one that fits in here. Fits. We're gonna say that it fits. Close enough. I wonder if we should spin these around. Oh, that's too short then. Yeah, you want the positive right against the firewall, you know. Okay. Fire test? Nothing. I'm sure this doesn't have any dome lights or basic function creature features. No. Okay. It's pretty good. You want to hit the light button? It's way down by your knee for some reason. Did you hit it? Push it. There you go. We got lights. You want to see if we got tail lips?
Yep.
Sweet. All right, you can fire them down because we're going to be cranking on this thing for 27 hours. Need all the juice we can get out of this little battery. Nothing is smoking yet under the hood.
Well, the vacuum couldn't get any of this dog hair, so we're trying it with tape, and it still isn't working the best.
You're getting some of it.
Some, but not most.
Yeah, we might have to get one of those. It's like a shampooer with a scratchy top. That might get some more of it. Or maybe a lint roller from Mom.
Yeah.
That would get more of it out. Okay, guy's gonna see if I can sneak a ratchet down there on the crank pulley and just rotate this thing around 360 degrees and make sure that the valve train's all free, nothing stuck, frozen, anything like that. And once it's rotating, then I think I'm gonna put the drive shaft back in, and then we'll hit the key and see if the starter's doing start things and if this wiring nightmare is even going to function the starter. Boy, Bentley's really getting after it, and they're starting to smell like an Abercrombie store. How's it looking?
Not bad.
Not bad. Let's see if I can reach this. Got a 97-foot ratchet here. Okay. Turnage. It's gonna be a little at a time. Yeah, I think it's gonna spin just fine. Okay. Yep. Good there. Earls. That looks fresh, actually. If I'm being honest. Yeah? Well. No, there's a lot of... Whew! There's a lot of gasoline in there. A lot. Which means someone either tried to start it for 74,000 days and flooded it, or the rings are washed and it's just going into the crankcase. I'll be dipped. Get over here and look. I was staring at the dipstick tube trying to put the dipstick in, and look what a guy saw down here. I'll be dipped. So it turns out there is a Jasper engine in here. I don't know if that's a great thing or a good thing, but it's better than 140 whatever thousand miles original engine, I would assume. Maybe it got plopped in and the guy had a terrible time trying to get it together. I don't know. It seems bizarre to have a rebuilt engine and then just sits. You know what I mean? But let's keep on moving. We've got juice to the rig, the engine turns over, it's got oil in it, although we're gonna have to change it. Let's get the drive shaft plugged back into this thing, and it's gotta be in neutral now because we flat towed it and pulled it around. Actually, we don't know because it's in two-wheel and the drive shaft's unhooked. It could be in a gear currently, and we don't have a shifter. This could get interesting, I guess. Let's just get the shaft in and then we'll see where we're at. So T-case is a NP 231 AMC, looks like. Pretty clean under here, actually. And then here is our straps, these dainty little bolts. We'll get this U-joint put back together, and then we can figure out how to get it in the neutral, which we're gonna have to do anyway, to see if we can figure out how to get that shifter back in. The better transmission, I believe, is the AX5 or something like that.
Why is the drive shaft so short?
Because the rig's so short.
Why
Oh yeah, it's in gear for sure.
Why is the transmission so long?
Because it's got a
It's like 4 feet.
transfer case behind it.
Oh.
Yeah, the front drive shaft is 4 times longer than this little guy. Interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
U-joints put back together, drive shaft is in, and we now know 100% it's in gear. Rolls over easy. So now I've got to get in here and figure out this Peugeot transmission. So we've got this mess. Someone's filled this full of silicone. Gonna have to try to get some of that out. That's the pin on the side to keep it from rotating. And then way down in there should be 3 slots, because you got first, second, third, fourth, and then fifth reverse. So there's one on the center, one on the side, and one on the other side. And I believe all those have to be lined up to even get the shifter in, and obviously one of them is kicked a certain direction currently to have this thing in gear. I've never messed with one of these. I have no idea how to do this. I'm sure there's a fancy tool or something. I've got a big screwdriver. Well, give me a little bit of time. See what I can come up with here. So this came out of the shifter hole, and this is not correct. This is supposed to be a metal collar. I think goes on top of the ball socket on the shifter, and then the shifter socket sits in a plastic one down in here. And I found this piece. So we have that, and the plate, and all that stuff. I just still need to get all this lined up. so I can get the shifter stabbed in. So here is the shifter with the top handle. It just pops right off. I think I've got all the pieces on here, how they should go. There's a washer. There's this rubber grommet. Goes over top of that. I guess it'd be a seal. This is that metal collar that someone made out of RTV previously. And then this retainer plate, I believe, squishes all this down like that. And then the boot sits over top. And then the big rubber boot. And then the shifter. Now, the challenge is getting this stabbed in to those 3 indexed little things in there. I think I might have it. You have to slide this thing over, and then you can see the tooth for the, it must be 5th in reverse. And then the center you can look right at, and then you got to move it over to see the 1, 2. So let's just try to get this in here. It might take some time. I don't know. Never done this. If all this fails, I'll just kind of center it, and I'll just hit it with a sledgehammer. That'll fix it. See, it's already, okay, so straight is slightly, no, I guess straight is straight. That would make sense. Wait.
Sounded like you got it.
I heard a clunk.
Yeah.
Take this off. Take this off. It feels like it's in neutral. I think I found the problem, and it's really hard to show you guys, but my 1, 2, oh, I wish I could show you. The 1, 2 groove is set back. And the ATF is making a glare, difficult to see. But that's the problem, is it's already stuck in, must be 1st gear, because that would roll the, or no, 2nd gear. So it's not lining up correctly. So I'm gonna get this one to move the gate over, and then another one to try to flick that, and we'll try it again. Well, the plan worked, and now 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Whoa, reverse is way back there. So we're good. Now I can finish assembling this and try to get it sealed up. I suppose you want an update. Well, here's the thing. It's in, it's shifting. It feels like I'm missing parts. Like there should be a spring or something to that retainer, and maybe like a snap ring. It just doesn't feel like it's being pushed into the transmission, if that makes sense. It might work for this trip. We just got to tootle it around from the campground to the event, back and forth a few times, pick up some errands and stuff in town, and then maybe I can research this up a little bit and find some parts. Sometimes the guys just got to dig in. You jump in teeth first and come out toes last. I'm putting this on, then the rubber boot stuff, then the shift handles, and then we can get back to trying to fire this thing up. I didn't want to hit the key and blow her through the door. I'm actually trying to resell those so I can get some insulated ones. Is that how that shifter should look? Like that, you think? The bend? Is that how it bends?
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll just guess. That's probably good. Maybe one more time around and then back that retainer up to it. There you go. And then just spin that up and it'll lock the knob. It's already tight?
Yeah.
Nice.
That doesn't look so good.
Yeah, we gotta run some self-tappers through here. I'm guessing these came out of it. Do you want to find a socket for the impact for that, please? It's coming along. We got shifter edge again. Right. I think I got this on backwards. I think this one It's supposed to go here, and this, because this is way forward. See, it's like trying to pull it back. And we got a hole here. So let's take the knobs off, flip it around, see if that looks better. Okay, now we got it. That looks much better. Okay. All the gears are there. Okay, should we get back under the hoods?
Yep.
So back under the hood here, Bentley's gonna climb up here and pull all the sparkulators out, and then we'll actually throw some juice down in there so the cylinders aren't completely dry. And then when he gets done, I'll get back in here and test the coil. We'll pull the lightning whirler cap off, take a look at that. We can also, once everything's out and the motor's gonna spin freely or easier, we can rotate it with the key, make sure the starter's gonna do starter things. I can never remember what's in what drawer. There we go. Completely pointless. I think that must have been for the... A little tight, just push this button, then start over. There you go. Good job, buddy. So Bentley's got the ignition tore apart and the cylinder's juiced up. We used some alcohol just to wet the rings down, get some film on the cylinder walls when we go to crank this thing so it's not dry. Also took the cap off, and that is definitely corroded. Might be able to clean that up, we'll see. Plugs, odd. It starts off very lean, moves into almost Stoich, then all the way to rich. So that's 1 through 6. So it's lean here, rich back here. So I'm kind of looking, we've got coolant going in here. I don't see any well, back here again too. So it's not that. I don't see any vacuum being pulled off of it. This is plugged. That's just the sensor. So we might have to spray this down, just make sure there's not a leak anywhere. This is obviously dead center. Webers are usually really good at distributing fuel. I actually just put 2 of these on a Fairlane not too long ago. That looked pretty cool. But we're gonna let it sit for a minute. I did pick up a few parts. Let's see if I grabbed a lightning cap and a button for this thing. Bentley found something.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at spark plugs. Someone put their initials or something, and then the date.
JH and BN?
N.
79 of 90. So this is only 2 years old, and they're scratching it into the paint. So I do not have a cap. The one I ordered showed up as a 4-banger. So that's okay. We'll clean this one up with the pocket knife, and the wires don't look terrible either. I mean, they're obviously old, but I think we could save some money here as well. Do you want to pull that rotor button off, and we'll just scratch that up, clean it up a little bit?
So I got some sandpaper here. I'm gonna clean up this rotor just gently with the sandpaper, and then I'm gonna move over to this cap, see if we can get that cleaned up. First, I'm just gonna clean up this until it's shiny. Once that looks nice and shiny, then that's cleaned up. Then we're gonna head over to this, and then all those right there, we're just gonna kind of sand up.
Well, the rain's really coming down.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all scrubbed out. We hit her with some carb clean. That's drying in the parts dryer over there. Looks good.
Thanks.
Okay, so it's been sitting a while. You want to go ahead and hit the key. Neutral check. Good. All right, go ahead and turn it over for like 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Ready?
Yep. Okay, that's good.
Again?
I know it's got spark.
It won't go again.
It won't crank again?
Oh, let me try again. It won't crank again.
Weird. Okay. I wonder why that.
Did it have spark?
Yeah, it jumped out of the coil. Huh. Boy, that rain.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some flooding. Woo! Bentley's gonna run some new sparklators in. This is all they have in stock. Champion! You really want to make sure for optimal performance and fuel economy that you gap these. Yep. Oh wow. I'm gonna go check the gutters. I'll be right back, okay?
Alright, something just started smoking. I think I touched them.
On the battery?
Yeah.
Careful. We need to prime this fuel system anyway and make sure that this thing is even pumping fuel. The gas gauge goes straight to full, so that either doesn't work or it's over full in fuel, which I find hard to believe. I don't think it's ever happened to me with rigs sitting up forever. But anyway, see how this is kinking right here? That's going to keep happening. It'll look good with the new hose until it gets hot, heat soaked sitting here, and then that pressure is going to keep kinking it. These Webers, you could pull fuel from either side. So I think what I'm going to do is cut this here and bring the fuel in like this and get this pointed more this way and get this out of the way of the heat and everything anyway, and then try to come in this side at a better angle. So I just got to undo this, take this out, take the cap off, flip these, cut this, take that off, bend this, move that, bada bing. Bentley's running in the sparkulators and then throwing the cap back on, which is drying up there, and then we should have ignition. I know it's got spark because when Bentley hit the key, the lightning can leaked and shot a lightning bolt over to the negative side. So that's a very, very, very strong coil. We shouldn't have any issues there. Thinking about potentially upgrading this to like an HEI style ignition if it runs really well, but for now, I just need it to fire up and move so we can use it here this weekend, and I'll be happy, and then we can come back around, and if you guys have any suggestions if this is running, what we should do with it and some improvements we can make. Obviously the transmission, I think that's going to be a popular comment, is move to the axe transmission. Boy, that rain stopped quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, little power flash there. People have said, I've heard talking, that the Tornado Alley has moved east, it seems like, but I don't know that there's any rhyme or reason for them. I mean, we get them up in North Dakota when you least expect them. But we're thankful to have a storm shelter, that's for sure. That's one of the first things I wanted to do when we moved down here, is I am not playing around with that stuff. Huh, buddy? Mm-mm. How you coming? Got the cap on?
Yep, I'm gonna start plugging in.
Did you remember to put the rotor in first? Nope.
Yeah.
It's good practice. I've done it a million times. So I'm trying to cut this fuel line here with my dull tubing cutter, because we're going to come straight off of this, and I don't want to bend this little hook here. You got my root river even.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, how do I put the rotor in?
So this is indexed, and so is that.
So it goes that way?
Yeah, you'll feel it when it clicks into place. It can only go on one way.
Oh, yep.
Every distributor that I'm aware of in the world is like that.
And it goes in this way?
Yep. Let's see.
I got the cap on.
Nice. Run them lightning hoses back on.
Number 1 to 6, right?
Yep, 1 in the front, 6 in the back. Correct. There we go. I think I can even use the same hose all be dipped. I did get some new lightning hoses, but those seem fine. I'm just going to return this.
Yeah, they seem nice.
Get us an air freshener and some tire shine. Nope. Can you try to find that gas oil, please?
The what?
That minty cream stuff I use. That I put on like tights and threads.
The like purple stuff?
It's a green. No. It's a paste. It's not the tape.
A green paste?
Yeah. We found it.
So what is that stuff?
This is a thread sealant, but it resists gas and oil, where regular Teflon gets eaten by gas. Great question. This helps prevent leaks. Because, you know, your dad, it's either way over torqued or finger tight. You want to check the coolant there?
Coolant? Yeah. This one's not going to explode, right?
No.
Don't look like nothing's in it.
Yell in there, see if it echoes.
Hello?
Yeah, it's empty. So, did the block snap in half and leak out, or was it drained? We don't know yet, do we?
Well, where was this car?
North Carolina.
Does it get really cold in the winters?
I don't know. Great question.
So if it does, if there's water in it, they probably just drained it.
Could very well be, my boy.
Oof.
Oh, there comes some more rain.
Yeah.
I got to get up there and clean those gutters. So do you see it flowing over the front?
Mm-hmm.
Now I just need a piece of rubber hose. Elbow to wrist. Bentley's going to tighten up this bracket and replace the missing hardware. Oh, here's one right here.
Yeah, I thought there was one crammed in there.
So we need one more. That looks like 1/4 inch for that. And before I put this line in, I think we're going to crank on it for a bit and see if we can get fuel, see if the pump's pumping. And this is why I did that now, so you can kind of see. First of all, it gets our fuel filter away from the heat source. This does return, but if we can not have it sitting right above the exhaust manifold, that's probably more gooder. I'm going to leave this metal elbow in it, and now we have a direct flow in. This will relax when it gets some heat again, but it's not doing that anymore. All right, so let's twirl her over, see if we can get some fuel coming out of that. You pay attention now. I'm in here doing this. I can't see. Oh, radio come on. Oh, Bentley, put the face back on it. Well, that doesn't, yeah, there's gas. That doesn't sound good.
The engine?
Yeah. Like it's spinning over pretty hard or something. Guess we'll find out.
The only one I could find is a smidge taller.
I see a bolt missing in the bell housing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, that's comforting. I'm sorry, what were you saying, son?
I found the right one. It's just a tiny bit taller.
That's okay. Will it go in?
I'm gonna find out.
I didn't know we had that nice of a thing.
Yeah.
If it's too long, get a little washer for it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go get some 5/16 fuel line.
All right. Oh, I found the old bolt. The other one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
They must have just sprinkled the coffee can over the engine when they were done.
Yeah.
George Jones oatmeal. Do we have any gas at all around here?
Pretty sure I use it all for my dirt bike. And the lawnmower.
Yeah. If it clears up, maybe we'll run in and fill some jugs. So we could put some fresh fuel in here. It's got something in it, but it doesn't smell good.
It smells bad.
There we go. Can you give me a zip tie? I'm just gonna hang this off of there, please. So this is a little Mickey Mouse, but it'll work. I'm gonna try to find a 90 and then we can really clean this up. But for the 200 miles we're gonna put on it, this will get it done. I don't have one of these filters either with the return. I had no idea that would be on it. We're just gonna support this off this brake line here so it's not, doing that. Prime this thing. We'll see if we can get it to fire up. A little bit of 2-stroke oil in here.
It's got oil in it, so it'll lube it up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The needle and seat and the valve train and all that. Plus, we know that this is fresh 94 non-ethanol fuel. Okay. I got a weird feeling about this little straight 6.
That it ain't gonna run?
Well, where's the fire extinguisher, is what I'm saying.
I think we used them all.
Oh, there's one on the side-by-side. Isn't it jammed in the seat? Cut my hip bone down to the hip bone the other day. There we go.
I think that's our last one.
Because it's a Jeep thing. Let's have this handy. Okay, you want to turn the key?
Yeah. You want me to pump or anything, or just turn it over?
No, just crank it. We'll see what happens.
It's in neutral, right?
Yeah, get ready on the hold the brake though, just in case.
That's the middle one, right?
Yep.
All right, ready?
Yep. Hey!
Fired right up. Idling really high.
Oil pressure?
Says it's at about 80.
80?
78. 79.
Nice.
It's idling really high.
Idling really high. That sounds pretty good. Oh, whoo! All right, buddy. It's a Jeep thing. Sounds really weird. Everything is squeaking. Good job, bud. Thanks for helping me.
Yep.
Does it say it's charging? What's the voltmeter say?
14.
14?
13.
Do you want to grab a meter and we'll check it just to make sure?
Yep. Do you know where a meter is?
Oh, it's in my electric bag.
This thing I'm gonna do, Dad?
Yep. Turn it to this one. Hold it on the battery and it should be above 12.8.
Above 12?
Yep. Preferably like 13s, low 14s.
14.6.
14.6?
Yep.
That's great, it's charging. And then, what does that tell you about the gauge that you're at? Inside.
Huh?
So what did the gauge inside say?
13.
13 or 14?
Like, middle-ish.
Okay, so the gauge is kind of accurate, right? Yeah. It sounds good,
Yeah.
actually. It's got a little mist in it, but I'm sure that's old gas. For heaven's sakes, we don't know how long that's been in there. Pack works. Temp gauge works. Fuel gauge all of a sudden started working. That was maxed out in full. Now it's showing us about a half a tank of rotten fuel. Oh, the clock is down. Is there any car on the planet where the clock works? Hard to find. Exceptional oil pressure.
Does the radio work?
Yeah, it fired on. It scared me a minute ago. Static. Ah, does the AC work? Oh, I just heard the... Go see if the pump is turning, the compressor. I could feel it bogging. We should get a temp gun just to see. I don't think we've ever had anything with potential AC.
Does it got AC?
I don't know. You know where the temperature gun is?
No.
Wait, I just saw one. Yep. It is a little bit, isn't it? Oh, I saw it in that electric bag. It's a little orange temp gun. A little smoke back there. I'm not sure what that is. Got the doors cracked open here, get some fresh air. I'll let this run for a minute, get up the temperature. Bentley's putting a battery in the temp gun. We're going to see if this thing actually has air conditioning. Came from Florida, went to North Carolina. If it was used, you would think they would have maintained it, but it sat for a long time. Could have easily leaked down, but be a bonus if it does have air, but let's be honest, it's all going to leak out anyway with that top. So just be nice blowing on your right kneecap, you know? Nay. 74.
It feels cool.
Well, it's cool out right now too, though. I think it's just fan. Hey, isn't there some AC charge stuff on the sewing machine? Bottles of it? Ooh, it's getting warm. Huh. So while the missing is getting worse and it's struggling to run on bad fuel, I'm gonna charge the AC system. You know what I mean? And it looks like I got 3 minutes to do it because I can... Bentley, look at the rain coming over the hill towards us.
Oh, dang.
Can you turn the AC on for me?
Yep.
Directions. Phone app? What?
Alright, it's on.
Might have to turn the idle up a little bit. AC compressor kicks on and... I don't know how to use anything nice. Lift for instructions. The guy's got to read everything now? You know, I got the machine to pull vacuum on this. But here we are. Open it up. Yes. Attach it. I'm there, man. Read the pressures. Got it. Charge the system. Do I need to shake it? I would assume, right?
I think you gotta like hold it upside down or something.
No, because then it's only oil.
Oh.
I would assume. It's getting better. We might need 2 cans. It was at 0. What's the temp out of the gauge in the middle now? Or the vent?
I got the 70.5.
70? So it's cooled down 4 degrees.
Yeah. Do you want to try to find another one?
There should be another one.
I only saw that one.
I can't remember what I bought these for. Nothing around here as AC. You just roll the window down and drive faster. look under those tarps with the vacuum attachment next to the Kool-Aid. By the tire instructions over here by the Terminator X screen, by the 6-volt battery, by the rag,
What?
underneath that.
This?
No, yeah. Of course. No?
No. Let me check the temperature now. 65.
65? That's our target temperature. Well, she is struggling to idle right now, and I have a feeling it's a bad gas. It was very varnished and smelled bad when we pumped it earlier, and then the exhaust is wretched. We've got the doors open in here, and it's pretty stinky. So we're gonna let this thing air out, run to town, fill up a bunch of gas jugs, which we need to do anyway for all of the equipment and stuff we run out here, lawnmowers and side-by-sides and generators and tools and this stuff. And then we'll put probably 5 gallons of clean fuel in here. And I think we're gonna give her the vitamin B treatment, some Barrowman, just blow the cobwebs out of it. We have to test the clutch. We have to hit the brake pedal. I never got brakes. See what that does. And I might even wipe this thing down a little bit, or tomorrow we can run it to the car wash and actually scrub this thing up, clean it up even more before we throw it on the RV. But it runs. It runs. It started, it runs, the gauges are working, the headlights came on. That's a very, very good sign. Be right back. Gotta run to town. Well, here I am now. I'm back. My youngest human had to shower and get to bed for school. Okay. I think the storms have passed us, which is great. Get some fresh fuel in here, and then we're gonna throw some down the yap, some B12, change the oil. I picked up a radio. I got sucked into the deal section at O'Reilly. $39 for a new radio with 2 speakers. Why the new radio? This one works. I get it, but it ain't got the blue teeth. I have a feeling Jessica's gonna be driving this a lot more than me, and she's gotta have the radio. Oh yeah, there's speaker wires back here. I could probably just plop them speakers right to the sides there with the magnets, and we got rear boom booms. Just like that. The trailer lights for tail lights are pretty nice. It's very cool looking. No, they're not. Yep. I wonder what Clint Black's doing. There. 5.5 gallons. Fresh fuel. Fire this up again, but I'm gonna bring the idle up. Accelerator pump works. Now it says she's full on fuel again. I don't know what to believe at this juncture. Has Bentley got my lawn screwdriver? I can't get no equipment come on. What's your deal? There, that's a little better. Where did I put the carb cleaner? Let's see if we got the dreaded manifold leak. Starting fluid's a little spicy. Here we go. I don't think so. Huh. I think it's okay. I don't know. I just found this stuff. The colored variant, fuel system rejuvenator. Yep, I'm gonna dump that in the tank, but we're gonna go with the classic right down the aft here. It's all right. It's all right. Let it sit for a minute, break the wrist, walk away. Let it cook in. Then we're gonna wake it up and see what kind of RPM this valve train will hit. And that's how you flush cobwebs. Okay? All right, little buddy. Let's clean you out. Look at that. Still got a miss once in a while, but drastically improved. Okay, I'm gonna shut it off now that the oil is 714 degrees. I'm gonna dump that on my face. Let's change that up. I have no idea what's going on with that. If it actually had 100 miles when it was parked or 100 million, and I know there was a lot of gas in that, so let's get something fresh in there. Yeah, it's a lot darker than on the stick. Uh-oh, I think I might be full here. No! Uh-oh. This is gonna be interesting. We're just gonna ride it out. Drink up, please. Get this STP off. Not the band, but the, you know, the filter. I wonder if we should cut this open. Just to doubly look. I don't know. I don't know that we need to. Yeah. Maybe in the morning. I got her upside down. That should drain out. Let me grab a Wix, pop her back in. Wix acquired. Oh, why is it white? This is a Henkel in Mexico. Okay. Wonder how much fresh oil I can spill here. Now normally I run the 1540 diesel oil in everything, but we're gonna play it onto the safe sides of the field here and really just believe this is a brand new engine. I wanna run some thicker oil in it initially, so I need some 20 weight, and I wanna be doubly extra sure we're getting all the vitamins in this unit here, so I'm gonna use the Valvoline VR1 oil, and I'm even going to put a zinc additive in it, just to be doubly, triply sure that if something goes haywire, it wasn't oil. Should get a fun yell. Got one over here, I think. Hello, help me. Where don't my funnels go? Okay. Did you put the drain plug back in? Guess we're gonna find out in 5, 3, 1. I don't hear it. I think we're good. VR1 already has a bunch of phosphorus and zinc in it, but we're overdosing it. There, I can hear it hitting the pan. Not on the floor yet. That's a good sign. That should be just a smidge over full, which is perfect. Well, we did have a successful day, I would say, or evening. It runs. It's alive. Tomorrow morning, we'll test the clutch, test the brakes, take this thing for a burn, hit the car wash, clean it up a little bit, and I gotta get her hooked up. We'll see you guys in the morning for some coffee. I got a bird in here? Oh no. It'll never leave now. Good morning. I'm on my 3rd cup. Okay, here's the plan. Don't have one. But I think we should go for a burn in the Jeep here. I'm gonna put absolutely no tools in. Sounds about right. And we'll tootle into town, spend some of this gas, try to put some more fresh gas in. Gonna wash this thing, scrub it up, see if we can make it look a little bit better, and then take some back roads back to the barn here, and just see how this thing drives and handles. I wanna put some miles on it before I throw my wife in here with me and we get stranded somewhere. Yeah, okay, well, let's see if it fires up this morning. Hit the road. Nothing like a good old cold start. Oh yeah. It's got excellent oil pressure. That makes me happy. Well, so far it's really bumpy. I think that is actually a Jeep thing though, so it's fine. It's Actually pretty responsive, I'm surprised, especially with the bigger tires. Speedometer works, that's pretty cool. That means everything works except the clock, which I would easily trade something like oil pressure for that, you know. I guess I haven't tried the cigarette lighter adapter thing. Third gear pin trying to pull this hill. Not looking very hot. Bring her down a second. Oh, wow. I wonder what kind of gears these come with. I have no idea. Something in the threes, I'm guessing. Downhill, second to fourth. There we go. It likes to ride right at like 210. I don't know if that's normal, but I have read you don't ever want to overheat these because it's done. It's pushing off a cliff at that point. So I don't know if I got to change the thermostat a little bit or do something there. I don't know. If there's cooling mods, let me know. Or do these AMC motors like to run that hot? I guess I don't know, okay? That's what I'm saying. Huge air leaks everywhere. I think that's pretty typical. That side seems to be more sealed than this side, however. This is going to get soaking wet here washing today. It's fine. Oh, the horn works. I would try the wipers, but I've got absolutely no blade left. Huh. Well, let's see if we can get to the wash. Well, as expected, my seat is soaked. That's great. But the rest of it is shiny. I don't, it kind of scares me, I'm gonna be honest. It is wet though. Tires cleaned up good. I used some tire cleaner to get all those streaks off, and then I scrubbed it with this brush that I brought. So those look pretty good. To be honest, the tires are probably what I would have chosen myself. They get stuck a lot, but it's a decent all-terrain and it's got white letters, most importantly. So it looks pretty good. I think once this plastic dries, I think they make some stuff that'll make that come back around, and maybe someday we could shoot some clear on the hood, fix that, but not a bad little jobber. All the mold and stuff come off of it, I believe. But I run down to the Hardmore store, get some blades. They're just gone. Oh, and I need to get a plug adapter to go from a 4-pin to a 5-pin. Got her back in the barn here. Looks pretty good dry even. Still got some shine on her, but now we're seeing a lot of the imperfections of sitting outside forever. And over here we can see some streaking. I think I'm just gonna do some spot polishing, mainly just kind of like the door, this area, and that should give it a cleaner look really quick. And then I got some plastic stuff that might bring this plastic around just a little bit more. Thank you to Safety Mount. Sent me this cool chair. It's red, white, and blue. It's got VGG on it. All sorts of stuff. I've never had a nice rolly chair before. Gonna go straight to the fast correcting cream. This is kind of my jam when it comes to this stuff. Let's see what it does. And this sounds weird, but I don't want to do too good because then I'm gonna feel pressured to do the whole rig. I'm just trying to get all these stains off. Just brighten it up a little bit. You know, a scoosh. Couple scooshes, little tickle. Moving a lot quicker than I normally would. Let's see what this is doing. Oh yeah. And I think we're in the danger zone of too good already. So I'm gonna stop there on the door. At least we know it'll clean up if I ever want to take the time to do it. If you just clean where the guy's eyes hooks into these rigs, you're gonna make a big difference. See, it makes the whole truck look cleaner because the flat surface there is shiny. Snag up around here quick. Little on the hood, not a lot. Because she runned out of clear on us. I'm gonna say that's good enough. Good enough for who it's for. Eventually, maybe we'll paint the hood or clear it or something. Perfectly just bad enough, but gooder. I don't know, never used this stuff before. Oh, this is a tire coating, that ain't the right stuff. I bought a plastic rejuvenation thing. Well, I guess I could put these on the tires then. Satin, I don't know, I've never heard of satin tire coating, but here we go. Not a huge fan of tire coating in general. I don't mind the look of clean tires, but they don't have to look like they're clear coated, in my humble opinion, okay? Maybe that's what this will give us, is just a clean tire look. I don't know. Found it. Back to black, trim and plastic restore. Just spray and walk away. Okay. Yeah, that's making it look darker for sure. Guess we don't really have to worry about it getting on our nice paint. That's a plus. Wonder how many coats this takes to really seat, bite. I could just hit them with the torch. It either works great or it melts them. I just thought this would be the safer route, especially when a guy is in a hurry. Well, now that it's all cleaned up, let's jump back in and go through a spin through the back roads of Tennessee, enjoy this beautiful day, and get a few more miles on this rig. Well, fellers and fellettes, I would say we got ourselves a Jeep. It might be the least sought after year and model. Maybe we call it the wrong year Wrangler. I don't know. I could see myself starting to like this thing, to be honest. It's got its little quirks and stuff, and it still needs some work, but it's gonna work perfect for what I intend to use it for. Throw it behind the RV there, and my wife and I can use it, beep bopping around, save a ton of money on those darn rentals. This is gonna be fun because there's a lot that we can do to this Jeep, so bleep bloop it down there in the comments. I'll read through them, see if we can make some improvements and upgrades for our 88 YJ here. Thanks guys for watching, appreciate you very much. We'll see you very soon.